Hello, I'm Bernard Hickey from interest.co.nz and welcome to a special housing report brought to you in association with BNZ. Today we look at Quotable Value's latest measure of property prices in New Zealand for June, and these are the first nationwide figures we've seen of what's happening to house prices in June in the middle of winter. House prices are falling according to Quotable Value. When you look at this chart, you can see that prices peaked at around the end of 2007, early 2008. They then dropped around about 11% and they've rebounded around 5 to 6% through early 2009. But they've really stalled again and they're starting to drop. The Quotable Value reckons that it isn't seeing too much impact yet from the budget that came out on May the 20th. And that changed some of the taxation rules for many property investors. We're also seeing a lack of demand flowing through from many people as the recovery isn't quite as strong as many expected, and because the banks are being very cautious about lending. As much, it's about an issue of a lack of demand as it is about a lack of supply of credit. And it's interesting to see what will happen over the next 6 months to 12 months. Obviously, we're in the middle of winter, so activity is relatively weak. There is going to be a pickup as we get into the spring, but how quickly we accelerate out into the summer will be very interesting, particularly as lending by banks is very weak. In the last couple of weeks we've seen home loan approval numbers that were the lowest on record outside of the big months for Christmas, New Year and some of the holiday months. When I say big, as in not very big at all. And you can see that the demand from many buyers, particularly in the big cities where prices are falling according to Quotable Value, is just not there. We look quite regularly at home loan affordability, and our measure of home loan affordability shows that the percentage of income needed to afford a mortgage, an 80% mortgage on a median house, is still up around 60%. That's frankly unaffordable, particularly in the big cities, and that's pressing down on house prices, particularly as incomes aren't rising that quick. So there we have it. House prices are under pressure, according to Quotable Value. We'll get more information from the Real Estate Institute later this week with perhaps some more up-to-date figures, but it's clear the housing market is in a slowdown phase. I'm Bernard Hickey. That was a special housing report brought to you in association with BNZ.